My name is Gabriel Felipe, and I am an opera singer. Art is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, it's different for every person. To me, art is something that inspires me to process my inner being, my talents, and what I am as an artist. I think we're in a time where people are just, they're needing to express themselves. You know, there's no money anywhere. There's, everything's being canceled. Venues are going down. Programs are being cut. However, I think our generation is such that we're sort of rebels in a way, artistic rebels, and we're slowly but surely just coming up the ladder and fighting our way through all that bureaucracy. But I think in the future, I would say, in the very near future, art is going to make, an explosion in some way. It's great that we're in arts college, which is great, and you can see all the, different sectors of art, and you can see where it's going in a way. For me, I think in the future, art is going to be a big part of our lives, whether you appreciate it or not. Being an opera singer, you're sort of pigeonholed into this, classical field where, people who aren't so exposed to it think it might be boring, or they're just not into it. I would like to see some sort of classical, not new age, but contemporary, mix between the two art forms. But I would like to see that, just a culmination of different arts coming together into one, and just out of the norm art. I think it's important. I think we, as a society, I would hate to see ourselves pigeonholed art into, this sect where it's just that, I don't want to go see it because it's boring. I would just like to advocate for art, obviously. I think it's important for people to support it. If you haven't been educated in art, or you haven't been exposed to it, please reach out to any sort of, artistic, anything on the web or blogs or whatever it may be, because I think a person who is introduced or exposed to art has a greater knowledge of the world in a way, and I don't know, it's just, I think exposure to the arts is very important. I went through a situation where I was basically made to stop producing my art. I was placed in a situation where I just couldn't, there was no way for me to emote or to express myself artistically. And it was at that time that I basically experienced sort of a purging of who I was, and for an artist, that's sort of a detrimental situation, because it is what we are, Art, being an artist is our personality, and to be stripped of that, for me at least, was sort of an eye-opening experience. And it wasn't until that happened to me that I realized that, hey, yes, I am an artist, I belong in this field, and it's situations like that that helps a person appreciate art as a whole. And it's not to say that a person who hasn't undergone through a situation or situations like that cannot appreciate it, but I think it's until somebody is oppressed or is under a situation like that, that art or any sort of expression comes out of the woodwork and becomes apparent or obvious to a person.